Our main goal here at EurekaZone is to provide you with smart solutions for your everyday woodworking needs, and that's one of the main reasons behind the development of the EZSMART line of products. Now in this video I'm going to talk to you about a great accessory for your EZSMART track saw system, the Miter Square and Handle Combo. Now the EZSMART Miter Square and Handle Combo allows you to quickly align your guide rail to your cut line, whether you're making 90-degree cuts or any various angles. But before we get into the use of the Miter Square and Handle Combo, let's talk about the setup. The first thing you want to do is when your package arrives, you thoroughly want to inspect your package and look for any damage that might have occurred during shipping. If you note any damage, write that information down because it will become useful if you have to contact customer service. Now with each product, you'll get a set of assembly instructions as well as various packing lists depending on how the product is packaged. You want to go ahead and unpack your product in the table and work surface in front of you, identify your packing list, and look for all of your parts and make sure that every part that comes with your product is accounted for. Check off the packing list, and if anything is missing, you want to go ahead and contact customer service immediately. When it comes to setting up and using the EZSMART Miter Square and Handle with your EZSMART track saw system, it's pretty straightforward. Let's cover a couple of things first. The main Miter Square arm is meant to extend on the non-cutting side of the guide rail. So if you're using a right-handed blade skill saw, you want your arm to extend to the left side of the guide rail. And if you're using a left-handed blade skill saw, you want your arm to extend to the right-hand side of the guide rail. Now if you notice on the main Miter Square arm there are two wing nuts. If you loosen those wing nuts, that releases two of the self-aligning connectors on the lower side of the Miter Square arm. Those connectors are meant to slide right into the two channels on the bottom side of the guide rail. Also, if you notice, one of the connectors is longer than the other. That allows for quick and easy installation. You simply take your longer connector, line it with your first channel, bring over your second connector, get it in line with the second channel, and slide your Miter Square arm into position. Now positioning the Miter Square arm is best when used between 4 and 12 inches from the end of the guide rail, depending on the width of the material that you're cutting. And also keep this in mind, that the Miter Square arm is best when used for cutting, cross-cutting, or rip cutting materials 48 inches or less. Once you have your Miter Square arm into position, you can go ahead and snug down the wing nuts, but don't tighten them just yet because we have to square the arm with the guide rail. And a quick and easy way to do that is with a speed square. A speed square allows you to quickly and easily set your 90 and your 45-degree cuts. Simply slide the speed square into one of the channels, bring it right up to your Miter Square arm, get everything nice and square, and firmly snug down the wing nuts. All right. Now you can flip over your guide rail and grab your Miter Square handle. Now the Miter Square handle is meant to extend over your workpiece, and if you notice, there's a connector on the bottom side of the handle as well, and that slides right into the top of the Miter Square. Simply line up the connector with the channel and slide it into position. Now positioning the handle on the Miter Square really depends on a couple of things. One, if you're using a right-handed side saw blade or even a left-handed side saw blade, how far the motor of that saw sticks over, because you don't want the motor interfering with the handle. Also, the positioning of this allows for more acute angles the further away it is from the guide rail. I like to keep mine about an inch away from the end. Go ahead and secure that down. All right. So now I've got my Miter Square nice and firm. I've got great control of my guide rail. No need for clamping the guide rail. The Miter Square positions right up against the wood, saw, and you've got a nice firm grip. No need to secure everything down. So all I can do from here is come over and I mark up material, my cut line. Bring my saw over, drop it right down there, get up to my cut line and make my cut. Same thing goes for angled cuts. Let's say that I want to cut an angle other than 45 degrees. I'll go ahead and mark out my material, make my line for my cut, bring my guide rail right over to that line, make sure that my handle is firmly up against the edge of my workpiece, lock it down. Now I have control. I can grab my saw again, bring it over to the guide rail, make sure I'm on my cut line, and make my cut. It's just that quick and simple. The Miter Square Handle combo is a great accessory for your track saw system, and it's one that when squaring up panels that you'll find that comes in very useful. Alright guys, well that is the simple setup and use of the EZSMART Miter Square Handle with your EZSMART track saw system. If you want to know more about the EZSMART Miter Square Handle, visit the website at www.EurekaZone.com.